A very good, very happy Tuesday morning to everyone out there. Hope you had a fantastic start to the work week. Gearing in for the second day of the work week now. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather or not forecast courtesy of On Target. Let's get a look over here, folks. We're going to get a nice taste of spring today, that is for sure. Got a warm front that's currently in the process of lifting north and east over the region. This is going to encourage deep southwesterly flow as we work throughout the day, folks. Wind gust of 15 to 25, perhaps 30 miles an hour at times. Going to send temperatures skyrocketing as we work into this afternoon. All eyes as we work late into this afternoon, into this evening on this cold front approaching out of the north and west is going to spark off some rain showers here across the region. It'll be the first in a few quips of disturbances that'll move through here, but our eyes are going to be on this weekend with the opportunity of some heavy rain unfolding across the entirety of the region. Getting a look over the region, Morgantown Skycam showing twilight there, a few wispy clouds moving in out of the south and west. Going to have some sunshine to enjoy throughout today, folks, but it is going to be a healthy mix of sun and cloud cover as we work and progress throughout the day. Much of the same overlooking the D93 Skycam, overlooking Bowling Green downtown. You got those wispy clouds there, looking over the water tower early this morning. Pretty much the same song and dance here across the entirety of the Wobbles community and beyond. Take a look at this temperature split. You can see where the warm front is arriving out of the south and west. We've got readings here across the northern tier of the region from Butler County over into Warren County. We are at sub-freezing readings, but you look down to our south, folks, along the Tennessee state line. Near Scottsville, already up to near 50 degrees, already up to the mid and upper 40s over in Logan and Simpson County. This is a credit to what is in store for us as we work throughout the day. Well above average temperatures will be a promise. Let's jump over here and let's break it down. First and foremost, we are going to take a gander at the short-term simulated radar. Here we are working throughout today. All is quiet. Going to have again, partly sunny skies to soak in. And then as we work late into this afternoon, working into this evening, we begin to see the development here of these scattered rain showers, all right? This is going to continue throughout this evening into the overnight, along and ahead of the passing cold front. And by the time we roll into sunrise on Wednesday, we're going to be looking at all the moisture being shunted off to our south and east. We're going to be bringing a northerly wind component back. Despite sunshine coming back into the mix, those northerly winds going to create much colder conditions tomorrow than what we are experiencing today. Take a look at the wind speeds as we work into this afternoon with a cold front arriving. Mid-morning into this afternoon, we're going to be looking at wind speeds of 15 to 25, perhaps even 30 plus miles an hour. That continues all the way until the cold front gets south and east of the region later tonight, with those gusty winds coming out of the north. That is really going to lower those temperatures. Speaking of those temperatures, folks, let's take a gander at what is exactly going to be unfolding here for us, all right? We worked throughout this morning. It is on the cold side, but by the time we roll into this afternoon, folks, look at these readings. Low to mid-70s across the board. It is going to feel like a warm, rambunctious spring day. That is a promise. Healthy mix of sun and clouds. Although the winds are going to be breezy, it will be exceptionally warm in comparison to the pattern that we have been dealing with this afternoon on into this evening. Throughout the overnight, we're going to take temperatures all the way back down to either side of the 40-degree mark. By the time we roll into our Wednesday afternoon, folks, mid and upper 40s is all that we're going to be able to achieve. So get out there and soak it in today. Enjoy the warm conditions before that northerly wind component comes back in here as we steadily work and we progress throughout the day. Now let's talk about the long term, because we got the opportunity at a heavy rain event unfolding as we work throughout this weekend. You see the cold front pass here this afternoon into tonight. High pressure builds in behind, rapidly clears our skies and open up the door to that northerly wind component to cool us down in the Wednesday on into the Thursday time frame. We are going to be keeping eyes on Thursday evening into early Friday morning. We got this high dropping in here out of Canada. Low pressure over here to the west, trying to send some moisture up here out of the Gulf with the colder air here as well. We might have a few quips of a light rain or even a light wintry mix to deal with. But all eyes are focused on the weekend. Take a look as we roll into our Saturday. And you're going to get the idea of what we're watching here with the development of this deepening low pressure system and what's going to be coming along with it. High pressure to the south and east, clockwise flow. Low pressure to our west, counterclockwise flow. Going to be working in tandem to really bring in that southerly flow and pump moisture up and into our vicinity. The exact track that this low pressure system takes will be greatly dependent on how much rainfall that we are going to get out of this. You can see here the latest model guidance here is showcasing the rain arriving at some point in time throughout the day on Saturday, and then the heaviest rain arriving Saturday night all the way through our Sunday morning, and then very quickly that surface low jolts east of the region and gets out of here by the time we roll into the start of the new work week. So an active pattern in store all the way through the end of this week on into the weekend as well. But as we roll into at least the early to middle part of next week, all is going to be quiet out there with loads of warm air advection and sunshine to soak in. We're going to be seeing those temperatures return well above average yet again across the entirety of the viewing area. Total rainfall amounts coming along primarily not just with this evening into the overnight, but more precisely Saturday and Sunday. We got the opportunity of 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall before it's all said and done. If this low was to jolt a little bit further north in its track, we could get in on even more rainfall before this weather maker finally gets out of our hair. Are those of you all that do have hair? You get what I mean, all right? Here's your full 6-day weather forecast breakdown. Exceptionally warm, partly sunny, very windy today. Highs between the low and mid 70s will be trapped all the way back down to the 50s despite a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. Northerly wind component will be ever present. Thursday, we're going to have the uptick in cloud cover with that little weather maker potentially arriving, being some hit-miss light rain chances Thursday night. Friday, we're going to keep the cloud cover around with highs holding around 50 degrees, jolting back up between the mid and upper 50s both Saturday and Sunday with those widespread showers and perhaps a few rumbles of thunder to come along with it. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Tuesday morning weather or not forecast presented by our community partners over at On Target. You all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a fantastic Tuesday.